All right, well, hi everyone. So we're just doing a little short hot cocoa corner tonight, just so you guys know what's coming up and what you can look forward to for my weekly streaming schedule, and also just kind of touching base on some cool stuff that is happening this week with games and so on and so forth. So first off, jumping over, second. Go. Okay, so hopping over to our schedule. Don't mind the view. I don't know why that's doing that. But weekly schedules from May 20th, which is today, to May 26th. We're doing Hot Cocoa Corner right now. It's a little bit past 8 p.m. I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked. But doing Hot Cocoa Corner tonight. Tuesday, I'm just going to be resting because Wuthering Waves is going to be coming out on Wednesday. Unfortunately for me, Wuthering Waves comes out at 10 p.m. because I'm on the Eastern time zone, in comparison to the people who are on the Pacific time, which is 7 p.m. Which, to be honest, it's sometimes it's hard to be on the Eastern side when everything's coming out of California or whatever. But we are gonna play this, probably not for very long because I need sleep. But we will be doing that. Then on Thursday, hopefully waking up and doing more Wuthering Waves a little bit longer. On Friday, they're going to have the Genshin 4.7 live stream, apparently. I'm not sure if they have it at 7 or 8 this time. They kind of flip-flop it back and forth sometimes, but I will give you guys extra warning on whenever I figure out when they're actually having it. And then I have on here Saturday is going to be Wuthering Waves. It might not be. I might end up being busy. Stuff happens, especially since it's a week away. But hopefully I will be able to play Wuthering Waves on Saturday at least a little bit at some point. And then, of course, Sunday is going to be just a rest day. So that is what the schedule is for. Excuse me. But right now, going into... Let's see... some interesting stuff for gaming. Okay, so just some stuff going on. Actually, I should really do it this way. Let's pop over to Wuthering Waves first, because that's the big thing this week. Wuthering Waves is the big thing. Genshin has its live stream and stuff, which we are going to watch, but Wuthering Waves is like... We're going to be flying out the gate on Wednesday/Thursday. So, let's take a look at some of this. So, they put up this really nice... preview. I guess preview. It's a Wuthering Waves official release trailer, and it's pretty good. I don't know if I can play the music for you guys, but we'll just take a quick look at it. So I will play it once so you guys can see it, and then I'll come back and mute the sound so I can actually talk to you guys about it. Because if it mutes, you won't be able to hear me. So.
As the pressure builds, I push back, pulling on the threads of fate. The chords within these fleeting moments find the beat my heart creates. Faint vibrations, words decay, stirring in the twilight, piercing through the silence, echoing throughout the night. They shake the atmosphere, the heavens and the land. A rebellion in the making where we stand. This is the time. The unknown is calling, so I cross the line. I'm breaking out, got no more doubt. So raise your voice up higher. I'm crashing through the silence. I'm falling with the rising tide. This is the time. The unknown is calling, so I cross the line. I'm breathing now, got no more time to raise your voice up higher. I'm crashing through the silence. I'm falling with the rising tide.
So really cool. I think that's really awesome. Just to go into a little bit, so hopefully you guys can hear me now. Basically, I really like this trailer. It shows the vibrancy of the world. It looks really beautiful. It looks really fun to play in. Lighting effects are really good. I know I've heard some people say about how they're sad that it's not gray anymore. Because they're so used to Punishing Gray Raven, which is post-apocalyptic stuff. But the thing is, I think with Wuthering Waves, it's post-apocalyptic, but they kind of have rebuilt at this point. There doesn't seem to be a lot of like fallen down buildings and things, so it's kind of like it makes sense for it to be a little bit more vibrant, because like this is a world that has restored or is restoring itself. And the whole point of us showing up to help is to make sure that it doesn't suddenly just go down the hole again right after they finish building it all up. But just to take a look at this, just because it's so cool, I thought this was really cute. So we got little Encore here. There's Alto. You can tell by his legs. I believe that's Alto's legs, because he's always with Encore. Alto is kind of like the Kaya for me. There's a lot of similar things, like, oh, he's really, attractive, and he's very mysterious, and he's a good fighter. And then you also find out that he's like has a really good heart and a good soul, and he also is like the big brother to a little girl, like a adoptive big brother. So like how Kai and Klee are family, kind of. Alto and Encore are kind of a family. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, look at that. It's the similarities. But you have that. You could see Ji-hyung here start off. And then we have Yang Yang and Chisha walking by this beautiful river. Again, this is just, it looks beautiful. I can't wait to go explore it. It looks really nice. And then we have, jumped by too fast. We have Arena again, just looking at the area around her. That just looks really nice. And then we have Yinlin. Here was one of our NPC guys. And then there's Jin Shi's shoes. Yeah, like this shot. Like this is just really pretty. Also, the song really is good. So, then we got Ling Yang hanging out in the tree. These are some really big petals. I will say that right now, but they are very beautiful. I also like all the texture on the tree. If it looks like this in the game, it's gonna be really cool. And then we have just this kind of like nice comic forest, and we have Jinglian. I'll remember their names a little bit easier once I get to play the game and I start running into them. But we have that. Her whole yin yang thing, which is really nice. Oh, I want to point out something. We have Mortifi over here. So awesome guy, really like him. This guy right here, okay. People from Punishing Gray Raven saw him and they were like, oh my gosh, it's Lee. Oh my gosh, it's Lee. Because Lee is a character from Punishing Gray Raven. He's like one of the main characters, I believe. And so they're all like, oh my gosh, he's going to be playable. He's going to be playable, right? Which it's hard to tell in this game because the NPCs look really good. But he kind of looks like he will be. And I'm pretty sure it'll break the Lee fans' hearts if he's not. So I will say, Kuro Games, please make it that he's playable. I mean, their enthusiasm is so exciting and so infectious, as they say. I want him to be playable, and I'm not even a Leaf fan, Like, I don't really play Punching Gray Raven, but just seeing how hyped everybody is, I'm like, yes, go give him as lead for these people because they really want him. But so you got him. I think his name is something like Yao Ling, something like that. Somebody found out about it, but you got him, so that's actually really cool. And then we have the butterfly. Again. She just kind of falls off the building. I was like, whoa, there she goes. We got some in the rain. Oh, that crownless is apparently, or that monster is apparently called Dreamless, which I like. That she looks really cool. If we manage to catch her, I like to be able to use her during the battles. I think she's really pretty. And then this girl, her name is Kalia, something like that. I believe she's one of the groups on the bad side. But you have her. She's really pretty. Oh, there's Sanhua down there. Oh yeah, and here we go. So here we have Jinxie playing, and then they pan over this character here. Okay, her name is Changli, and I'm going to main her. I saw this, and I was just like, one, she's beautiful, and two, I love the red that they have in her arm. In her drip marketing they did before, her arm was just completely red, and it was like, oh, is she wearing a glove or whatever? But it's like, no, her arm is basically on fire. And that is amazing. So, I'm really excited, especially this part here, too, when she opens her eye. She's got this, like, beautiful amber color. I love her. I'm gonna main this character. I believe they say she's gonna be coming out in 1.1, I think. At least they sort of drip marketed her as a 5-star character. So, hopefully, well, I say hopefully she comes out at 1.1, but on the other hand, I'm also being like, oh gosh, please give me enough time to save. Because if she comes out at 1.1, even if she's in second phase, that only gives me like 60 days to save up. And I also want to roll on Jing Yang's banner, Jing Yang? Yeah, Jing Yang, banner, with not necessarily a hope that I'm going to get him, but a hope that I get Mortify, at least, if not Mortify and Dungeon, who are apparently also on the banner. So it's gonna be like, oh, they're coming up real quick. Well, we're gonna try that, but I really like her. Some people are wondering if she's actually like a secret bad guy or whatever, because she puts this piece down here on this go board, or whatever it is in Chinese. I'm not sure exactly what the game is called in Chinese. But she does that, and then the rover starts tripping up, and we get to see Scar and everything, and also Pilova, I think her name is. And then we have this part which shows basically the side of Jinxie against the side of Scar and his group. So, so some people are like, oh gosh, is Changli on this side actually? But Changli was also using the white pieces, and this one is the white piece. So I have a feeling she's not necessarily a bad guy, but we'll have to see. And then we have the rovers. I like how they kind of switch between the male and female rover, because it really kind of gives a whole, like, oh, everybody counts in this. It doesn't matter if you pick the girl or the boy, you count, and you're both canon, basically. Also, too, this scene where the girls run over to be with the girl rover and kind of congratulate her, I think that's just so cute. Like, this is the friend group. We also see Baiji here. Back up a little. So here's Baiji as well. Oh, there's Dungeon. I was gonna say, I was like, wait a minute, did we see her? But there she is. So, I think almost every character is shown here, I think. So, get her. This is a new character. I have no idea who it is, but this is apparently a new character. Chihachiro, you see again. This guy, his name is Guess Lou something. He's kind of cool. I know when he turned. You can see it right here. Oops. Back a second. Back a little. There we go. When I saw his design, he looks kind of like white-haired male Rover, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because Rover is attractive. But I looked at him and I was like, my brain kind of went, oh, white-haired Rover. So, but I'm sure he'll show up at some point too. So, but he's pretty cool. I believe he has a connection with Ji Young. I saw it on Twitter, and also just this scene of them passing each other. It's like, okay, did you guys work together and now you got bad blood or something? Like, what's going on there? So you have that whole thing too. Yeah, I have a feeling that Ji Yang is going to be a really nice character. He seems like he's going to be really helpful and really like cares about the Rover and stuff. So he's a good dude. It also helps that he kind of looks like Lancer, AKI Chu, AKA Chu, Chulin, Lane, from Fate Grand Order or the Fate series. He kind of reminds me of him because of the whole blue hair and long ponytail and spear and stuff like that. So I was like, and that guy has a good personality too. He's like really, heroic and things like that. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then of course we have Dreamless and so on. So looks really cool. And then of course we have here's Long, which is pretty cool. It's kind of interesting too that like Wuthering Waves, like I don't know whether they're going to start off with like Chinese theme and then move into different themes as they go by, or if it's all just going to be Chinese design theme for like the rest of forever. Because like with Genshin, they started off with Mondstadt to have a sort of like European, medieval castle type feel, and then they moved into Liyue, which was Chinese, and then they, went on and so on and so forth. But this one, they're starting off in China. If they are planning on going to other places, who knows? But we have that. This is important too. Here's all the release benefits, and I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. You can see it. Okay, so these are all really important. You can see here, Wuthering Waves is scheduled to launch its official release on May 23rd, UTC +8, which for me, it's actually going to be on May 22nd, but it's going to be at like 10 o'clock. So, so it's going to be a little bit late. But like I said, we're going to get started so I can say, hey, I actually started on the launch day, and so on. We probably won't play for very long because I need to go to bed, but I would like to at least get kind of started. But Rovers can get 84 Luxurious Tides. Luxurious is like the standard banner. 14 Radiant Tides, that is the character limit banner. And 1,800 Asteroids for free. And this is the currency, basically the Primo Gem, Dark Crystal, Stellar Jade, whatever your gotcha term is. Basically the little currency that you collect that you use to turn into tides. Plus 5-star weapon of your choice, 4-star weapon of your choice, sigil en route, 4-star resonator Sanhua, 4-star resonator Yanhu, and other valuable rewards. Additionally, the Novice Convene, that's the wish system, and Beginner's Choice Convene, wish system events will also become available, from which you can get 2 5-star resonators, which is really good. Get a good way to kind of get you really started. So with the Novice Convenes, okay, so Novice Convene deals in Beginner's Choice Convene. In the Novice Convene banner, you can perform a 10 convenes for 20% off, meaning that basically you only use 8 tides for that wish, and you get a 10 pull. Every 10 convenes costs 8 luxurious tides. You are guaranteed to get a 5-star resonator within 50 convenes, which basically means if you have 40 tides, you will be getting your convene like right away. Which, considering they're starting us off with like 30 of these, I would be surprised if anybody actually has to go to the full 40. But you have luxurious tides. I'm pretty sure the percentage off only works though if you do a 10 pull. So I would not suggest doing a like, oh, I pulled 3 times and I have 8 tides left. Oh, let me go single pull. No, wait and wait for you to get the 2 other pulls and then pull. Also, I would suggest not using any of your asterite on this one because you're going to get plenty of these luxurious tide wish bits, and you really should save your asterites for limited stuff. Just because of the way it works. Let's see. But get a 5-star resonator within 50 confines. The novice convening banner will be closed once you obtain a 5-star resonator. So, meaning that if you get your 5-star resonator on the first 10 pull or on the last 10 pull, the banner will close right after that. And then these, of course, are the 5 ones you can get. This one is completely random. However, once the Novice Convene banner closes, the Beginner Choices Convene banner unlocks, from which you get a 5-star. You can get a 5-star resonator of your choice. This one, once the Novice one closes and the Beginner's one starts, the Beginner one goes to 80 pity. So it'll take you a little bit longer, but I believe you still can use the standard tides on it. This is basically if you rolled on the novice banner and you didn't get the resonator you wanted, like for example, let's say you really wanted Encore, right? And you didn't get her. You could be like, okay, I'm going to just use my other tides that I get and be pulling on the specific Encore banner, because you can like choose which one you want and then work up to her. I don't know how long this banner is gonna last for. If it lasts for, if it's like a permanent thing, it's not gonna like run out of days. I would think to save it, because like if let's say you've been playing for like 6 months and you've gotten all these characters except Calcharo for whatever, you can roll on Calcharo's banner and get him. Of course, if you don't care about that, you can be like, oh, if you wanted, Ling Yang, and you got Ling Yang off of the Novice Convene banner, but then you wanted another Ling Yang piece to make him stronger, you could do that. Which, whatever you want to do. I personally am going to hold on to it as long as it's not going to go bad. If it is going to go bad, I'm going to see basically who I get on the Novice Convene banner, and then go from there. But you have that. This is the official release pre-registration milestones. If you haven't pre-registered by now, I suggest you do so. I believe you'll still get the rewards even if you register after the game starts, because it's usually how it works. But I would still say, pre-register. It doesn't take very long. You just go put in your email and make a password and stuff, and you're in. But this is the pre-registration stuff we're getting. We're getting 20 luxurious tides. Oh, hi Zonope. It was good. It was. Some people were. Well, you were there for part of it. They did like little mini games and stuff, which I thought was kind of a nice sort of cute thing to do. For the first one, I think some people were expecting it to be a little bit more serious, but they'll figure it out. It's the same thing happened with Genshin, because I know, because I watched the Genshin live streams from the beginning, and the first Genshin live stream was very like a little too relaxed. They basically had some random person basically act like they were a live streamer and stuff, and it didn't come across as very professional, and a lot of people kind of was writing in and saying it wasn't very good. And this was for the English one. I believe that the Chinese one was fine, but it was basically the idea of like, we kind of are counting on you to help hold this game, and we're giving you money, so we kind of like you to show your professional side. And then after that, they did. I don't know. I actually don't know. I remember they said her name, but then like didn't actually tell us. From what I remember, it was a long time ago. I think they like said her name, but then they didn't tell us like, oh, what part of the company she was from. So she could have just been some random person they pull off the street. I don't know. But But that was with Genshin's. With this one, I thought it was okay because they had the announcer or the host basically, and then they had Yang Yang's voice actress. They had a very famous cosplayer dressed as Yang Yang, and then they had two content creators. One was Rexlin, and one was Javian, and they did a good job. They did like mini games and stuff, and it was kind of cute. I think in the future, I don't think that they should be using up time for the mini games. I think they should just be like, okay, let's just talk about what's going on, what's happening in the events, and so on, and just go from there. But anyway, so that's it wasn't definitely wasn't as long as I expected. But pre-registration, we got the tides. We're getting 200 astrite, which again is the like little currency you use to turn into tides. We have the sigil en route. We get some advanced resonance potions and shell credits. We also hit this one's where we're getting a 4-star weapon, which will be really nice. They also said near the end of the the stream, they said, oh, we're giving you this too. So they're giving us 10 more luxurious tides and 10 radiant tides. It's supposed to say radiant tide, but this is the limited banner character one, so you want to use that one. So when's the game dropping? Well, pre-download is tomorrow, and for me, it's going to drop on the 22nd at 10 p.m. Also, yeah, I think for Pacific people, it's going to be 7 p.m. So wherever you are in United States or in the world, you just go from there. But we're going to get this. They're actually not going to give this to us until Saturday, it looks like. Friday or Saturday. But they're giving us this one. We also have these consecutive sign-in for 7 days, where they're giving us 4 of these and 4 of these, and also San Hua, so we get her for free, which is really nice. This awakening journey is basically as you level up. It goes from like 5 to like 45, which I don't know exactly how long it's going to take to do that. If it's like Genshin or like Honkai Star Rail, it's something you're going to have to plug at. I wouldn't necessarily rush it, but it does give you tides to use, which is nice. It's standard stuff, but it's still decent. Or, let's see. Who is the character that looks like Faruzan? Is she going to be out in day 1? Faruzan. When is that? Let me see. I'm trying to think of who looks like Faruzan. Got her. I know they showed like pretty much all the characters except for Huan Wu. This one? Oh, okay, she plays Aegis. Yeah, this is her. She's not going to be playable. She's a limited 5-star, but they think she's going to be in 1.1. Her name is Jinsi. Here, you spell it like this. There. That's how you spell her name. Some people were saying like, "Oh, the spelling's off," blah blah blah. But the thing is, she's not Japanese. She's Chinese. So the spelling is going to be a little bit different because Jin Shi would be more of a Japanese spelling, and she's Chinese. So to her, yeah, she's going to be a 5-star. We're pretty sure it's going to be 1.1. So she's not going to be available in the first 40 days, but she will be after that. You want to get her? Yeah, she's to be honest, she's probably coming in the first phase of 1.1, so I suggest saving up your stuff. It's kind of funny. You want her, and I want her teacher, who is this lady. This is Chang Li, who is Jin Xi's teacher. So I want her. So you can main Jinxie and I'll main Changli. But pretty cool, pretty cool. So yeah, so you have that. They're also giving the 5-star weapon. I noticed somebody mentioned about like, oh, you might want to pick the sword because it has apparently a crit rate and it's good for characters like um, uh, the rover and stuff like that. But again, it depends on what you want to do and everything and who you want it. I mean, I am planning on hopefully rolling for Chang Li's weapon as well, so I'll probably use this for rover. But again, you have to get there, and it's going to take a while. You might end up having 5-star weapons before you get to that one, so we'll have to see. Yeah, then we have this Union level 30. You get 10 there. I think this is the Battle Pass upgrade bundle. I think that's the Battle Pass. Something like that. I'm not 100% sure. And then this one, this is the Complete the Tower Adversity Stable Zone Challenge. This, I believe, is kind of like, if you put in comparison to Genshin, it would be sort of like the Spiral Abyss with the whole, ooh, get to floor 3, chamber 3, and we'll give you Zhangling. Same idea, but with a hot older gentleman instead of a cook, a little girl cook. We got a hot blue fox silverish gentleman, which I like him. I think he's cool. He apparently boxes and kicks for his fighting, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, so we got all that, which is really nice. Good thing to start up with. I mean, before you popped in, I was talking about how you have this the banners and stuff with the novice convene and things, and you only basically need 40 tides in order to go through the novice convene, and that is if you have to get up to the 50 pity. And the fact that they're giving us 20 here, 10 here, and so on and so forth, like, you'll be able to reach it in no time, which will be really nice. Also, since these are kind of like standard pulls, there's really no point in like holding on to them for limited banners because you can't use them. But you can use them on the novice banner, and then once the novice banner is done, the beginner's choice convene starts, which allows you to select whichever 5-star you want. I was mentioning that I think I'll probably save this if it doesn't go bad like within the first patch, because I kind of want to be like, oh, if I've been playing for like 6 months and I still haven't gotten Calcharo, I'll spend my standards and get Calcharo. Let's see. Simon do a 12, but I'm procrastinating. Well, make sure you do your stuff. It's one of those things that with assignments and things you have to do like that, it's better off to just, focus and get it done, and then you could be like, okay, it's done. We're good. And then you could relax. Like, it's like with me, like, I have to pay my bills, and I do it online a lot because it's, well, to be honest, I used to pay them through the mail, but then there was this whole big mix-up with the mail sorters and at the post office, and some of my stuff didn't get to the places in time, even though I had sent it, like, over 2 weeks in advance. And I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. So I do it online now. But the point is that I can feel a little bit of anxiety when I have to go do it, because it's like, okay, I'm basically paying money, and what if something goes wrong, and blah 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 blah, and so on. And but the thing is, as soon as I start feeling super nervous, I'm like, okay, nope, gotta do it. And then once it's done, I'm like, oh, okay, it's done. Don't have to worry about it anymore. So they have that whole thing. So do it so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, so they've also, for Wuthering Waves, they've also been counting down some stuff. They've been having some really nice artwork for some of the characters. Like, here's the 3rd day one. For Yinling. They also have, they're talking about that the game is coming. Apparently you can get it through the Mac App Store, Android and iOS, the Epic Game Store, and I think they said they're going to have it where you can just download it from the main website as well, so you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to do it through the Epic Game Store or anything. It's 9. Oh, it's 9 here too. Well, like I said, just make sure you give yourself enough time to get it done, and so you don't have to rush and stress about it. As I say to, because I'm a teacher, I always say to my kids, it's like when you're writing something or you're working on something, it's gonna take the time it takes, and trying to rush it through or rush through it is just gonna leave you with a bad product. You know, it's like making a cake. You know, you go and you have the cake and you mix up the cake and you put it in the oven. Well, you know, cooking the cake for 5 minutes when it said cook it for 25 is not going to finish the cake, right? It's going to come out, it's going to be all gunky. And raising the temperature is just going to leave you with a super dry or burnt cake. So, you know, it's going to take the time it takes, basically. But good luck with that. Anyway, so yeah, and then here's the live stream. They were doing some other ones too. They were doing this the New York stop, which I think it's actually they had these cosplayers kind of like, you know, pose in different places, and I thought it was kind of nice. Some of them are really cool. They got some Yang voice actress stuff. They had 4 was encore. They went to Chicago. Here's Chang Li's drip marketing. So they had that. 5 was Jing Yang. Her. They stopped at the White Sands National Park, which is really pretty. Here's the Jinxi. She got drip marketed as well. We have Bai Shi at 6. They have the Monument Valley. They got the 30 million pre-registrations reached, which was awesome, and they put out this nice picture of San Hua for everybody. And then 7 was the rover, and so on and so forth. And it makes me kind of curious as we're ticking down, like who's gonna be the next. I'm going to assume that it's gonna be like probably Jiang, considering that she is 3rd and she's a limited 5-star, so they'll probably do him too, you know, for marketing and things. I'll go do it. I got the 3 a.m. motivation rush. Okay, as long as that motivation isn't just pure panic, because I remember a comic about that where the mom was trying to tell her teenage son that, oh, you know, you got to get that done. And he's like, okay, yeah, I will. I'll be motivated pretty soon. And she's like, what motivation? And he's like, last minute panic. It's like, oh no. Well, make sure you get your thing done and get enough sleep. Just my advice. But anyway, but that's what's going on for Wuthering Waves. As for other stuff, let's see. Let's do Honkai Star Rail and Genshin. Alright, so with Honkai Star Rail, just touch base on it a little bit. They're having a kind of like a little world tour with some music. They're talking a little bit about some of the events that are going on Hoyo Lab and stuff. They mentioned this for this game and for Genshin, I think the other ones too, where they're adjusting how it displays when you like buy stuff from the store, and people start freaking out, and they were like, oh my gosh, is it going to go up in price? It's going to go up in price. No, it's not going up in price. They're just having to physically show it that, like, oh, when you buy your, you know, battle, or your, not battle pass, your like rail pass or welcome moon or whatever, it's going to show that, oh, out of $4.99 that you spend, you're you know, $4.50 of that is for the thing, and then 50 cents of that is for the tax. That's just what they're doing. It's going to be the same price. It's just they just need to show that they're itemizing it for some reason. So you have that. They kind of showed the winners for the participants of the playlists and stuff like that. Some little extra little info, Mimu bots, things that kind of attached to Hoyo Lab. More winners for that. So on. So not. I mean, we're kind of continuing along. Robin's banner is still up. I believe Boot Hill is going to become his banner is going to come in on the 28th, so that's next Tuesday. So that should be pretty good. But you got that. You also have, of course, have the Boot Hill event going on right now, which is basically just sending your characters out to do assignments and things, and then they come back and they get you primo gems and stuff. Or not primo gems, sorry, stellar jades in that one. So you have that, and then in Genshin, let's see, they're still having the little Ito musical festival event, which is pretty good. I think it was pretty good. Kind of quaint, and it has some little background info about so that's what was going on. So you have that. A lot of people are looking forward to this one, this specially shaped Sorrow and Search, because they're like, oh my gosh, are we actually gonna get Natlin lore? Because we haven't gotten any. Even with what's his face, the one guy who comes to sell stuff, and you give him apples and things, and he gives you primo gems. What's his name? Remember, I it's off the top of my head, but him, everybody was expecting him to give Natlin lore the last time he showed up, and instead he just kind of drifted off and started talking about Honkai Star Rail, because he started talking about how he fell in a hole and he was just trapped to look up at the sky and just imagined about the people traveling in the universe, and we were like, what the don't be why are you being a Honkai Star Rail advertisement? We want info about Natland. But people are hoping there's going to be Natland info here. It's going to start on the 22nd, which will be Wednesday. So pretty much while we're waiting for Wuthering Waves to get started, I'll probably be doing this. And then of course here's we got to itemize the things in the shop. To just show you for Genshin. It also was Goro's birthday recently, so we got Goro art, which is really super cute. Here's one too, where he's kind of walking around, a little fox in the background, so super cute. They have a couple new products and so on. Some Arlecchino art, which her banner has ended. Now it's Baizu and Scaramouche, but see. Here's a Hoyo Lab thing or event. You can get a Linny commemorative decoration if you want for your chat on Hoyo Lab. Sino Story Quest is also going. We kind of looked at that last stream, I think it was. No, not last stream. That was the live stream. The stream before that, we were doing it, and it was pretty good. So had that, some more artwork, and so on and so forth. Oh yeah, they also have the character topic event, where basically you go and talk about the character and things and leave comments, and you can get these whatchamacallit, the exclusive character avatar frames. People really like this though, and they're like, oh my gosh, look at Baizu's, it's so cute. So I participated, and hopefully I will count and I will get it. Considering I'm a Baizu main, I really hope I do. But yeah, that I don't. It's it'd be nice to win the primo gems, but I'd rather just have the avatar frame. So there you go. I think that's about it. Wind Trace is fully unlocked too, by the way, in case you want to just kind of do it in one go. There has been some complaints about it. A lot of people were like, it's not the Wind Trace that we used to like. because now it's more of like Dead at Daylight or Dead After Daylight or whatever that game is called. I don't know. I don't remember. Dead at Daylight, something like that. And people kind of liked hiding and sort of playing tag more than the whole, oh, you got to come out and fix the machines. It works if you all work together on the same machine, because you can do it really quickly and then get out of there before the hunter gets to you. But if you don't work together, then you end up having issues. But there you go with that. And let's see, I think that is about it to talk about. Let's see. Double checking. Looked at all that. Oh, the Do At Night Abyss kind of reposted this artwork, which they're working on their thing. So we don't know exactly when that's coming out or anything like that, but that's there. I don't know. There really haven't been any updates for like Project Mugen or any of that. I think Zenless Zone Zero is working on it. I vaguely heard they're thinking about it might come out in August, but they're not sure. I don't know if I'm gonna play that game. I might like download it to try it out, but I'm not really big in the, oh, here's a stage, fight the monsters. Oh, here's another stage, fight the monsters. I like traveling around, and apparently from the last time I checked, you can't travel around with the characters you have. You can only travel around with the MC character you picked, whether it's the boy or the girl, which some people were bummed about because they were like, oh, because basically you could only use the character as a thing to fight, in the stages. But I guess to some people it doesn't matter to them. But I think that's about it. All right, so tomorrow will be no stream because I will be resting because I have a big day. But Wuthering Waves will be, the pre-download will be available. As it mentioned, I believe you can just go to the website. Oh, come on. Hang on a second. Okay, so you pre-register. Like I said, I think they're gonna have a download button for just pulling it right off the website to put on your computer. If not, will have it through Epic Store, which basically is kind of like whatchamacallit, Steam, kind of like Steam. It's free to make an account and everything like that. You just go through that. But yeah. So really excited for Wuthering Waves. It was 3 years in the making, and it's finally coming out, which is awesome and cool. And we will go from there. Like I said, I will be definitely trying to stream the first part of Wuthering Waves. Probably won't be playing for very long though, so if you want to wait and to come see on Thursday, where it'll be more we'll be starting at like 9 or so, and I plan on getting a lot of stuff out of the. No, what am I saying? Excuse me. It's getting late. My tongue is just being like blah blah. On Thursday at 9 o'clock, we're gonna be playing a lot, as long as nothing gets in my way. I'm not going to rush the game though. I'm going to take my time and enjoy it, because if I rush, I will probably end up not remembering how to parry and do other things, and that's kind of important in this game. So I want to make sure I get, that parry down and so on. But I think it's going to be pretty good. Pretty good. Um, like I said, I noticed that I remember some people had mentioned about how like, oh, they're sad that the gray is missing and stuff. But personally, my least favorite color is gray. It's not that I hate it or everything, but like if you would put all the colors in front of me and be like, okay, pick the one you like primary-ish colors. It would be like, okay, which one do you not like the most? And pretty much the gray one. Like I like blue and I like black and I like white, but I'm just not a fan of gray. It feels kind of very sad, I guess, to me. Um so I'm glad that it's not super gray. Um but we'll run around and have some fun and then see. So anyway, all right, all right. Well, I think that is about it for Hot Cocoa Corner tonight. Like I mentioned, I will see you guys hopefully on Wednesday for Wuthering Waves. The pre-download starts tomorrow. Um, I believe in the morning. I think it's something like 3 a.m. for PT people. Um, and then the rest of us kind of follow if you're going to go from that point. And so you'll be able to get the download. I strongly suggest you pre-download it just because it's going to need to pre-download, go in, patch, things like that, and it's probably going to take a while, depending on your internet connection speed. So, anyway, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming, and thank you, Zone Up, for coming and chatting with me. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I go live on Twitch, so if you feel like coming and joining me, please do so. And yeah, thanks for coming. Okay, bye.